Okay, class, we're still on the brain. Now we want to talk about sleep. Let's look at this right here, this little article here. Sleep, or at least a physiological period of quiescence, is a highly conserved behavior that occurs in animals ranging from fruit flies to humans, highly conserved evolutionarily. This prevalence is not well understood. Since animals are particularly vulnerable while sleeping, there must be some advantage that outweighs this considerable disadvantage. Because when you sleep, you are at a big disadvantage. So there must be some factor in that outweighs this. Shakespeare characterized sleep as nature's soft nurse, noting the restorative nature of sleep. From a perspective of energy conservation, one function of sleep is to replenish brain glycogen levels. Remember, glycogen is the storage form of carb. And the brain really deals mainly with carbohydrates. It can do fatty acids, but it doesn't do well with it. So from a perspective of energy conservation, one function of sleep is to replenish brain glycogen levels, which fall during waking hours. In keeping with this idea, humans and many other animals sleep at night. Since it is generally colder at night, more energy would have to be expended to keep warm while nocturnally active. Furthermore, body temperature has a 24-hour cycle that's called circadian rhythms, reaching a minimum at night and thus reducing heat loss. As might be expected, human metabolism registered by oxygen consumption decreases during sleep. Caloric output, in other words. All right, I wanted to read that to you. So you know where we're going, to sleep. Now remember, I'm going to hit this real quick, the consciousness. Remember we talked about that the RAF, reticular firing frequency of the RAF, determine your states of consciousness. So here's some states: alert, which I hope you are right now, drowsy, and then stupor, and then if it's real low, coma. And then if the RAF, I'm going to tell you, is not firing at all, that's what we call brain dead. All right. So looking at sleep, there are two major types of sleep: non-rapid eye movement sleep and rapid eye movement. In rapid eye movement, underneath your eyelids, the eyelids are moving very fast. One passes through the 4 stages of non REM during the first 30 to 45 minutes of sleep, and then REM occurs after the 4th has been achieved. Okay? So here's kind of what you're looking at. You start with the first level, non-REM, interim between consciousness and sleep. Now, when you end that stage, I'm going to come over here, stage 1, the eyes are closed and relaxation begins. See, that's when you do those alpha waves. Remember those alpha waves here, we say you were kind of in a daydreaming stage. Those alpha waves, remember, here we are. Regular and rhythmic, low amplitude, slow, indicating an idling brain. So you're just kind of taking it easy. An idling brain. Then you move to stage 2 after about 5 to 15 minutes. The heart rate slows, the brain does less complicated task. Okay? Less complicated task. Let's go here. So see, that's at stage 2. EEG pattern is irregular with sleep spindles. Arousal is more difficult. Okay. Then you go to stage 3. After another 50 and move to non-REM, the delta stage, right here. Body makes repairs. So that stage 3, sleep deepens, theta and delta waves appear. Look at that. Here are those delta waves right there. We say delta waves, high amplitude seen in deep sleep and when reticular active is damped. So you're not alert. Okay, let's go back. So here we are in that stage right there. And then stage 4 right here, body temperature and blood pressure decreases, dominated by delta waves, skeletal muscles relaxed, arousal is difficult. See, these skeletal muscles, you have to relax those. They're inhibited. Those that don't inhibit it are going to act out their dreams. That's sleepwalking. They're going to act out their dreams. Okay? And then from there, you actually go into REM sleep. So let's go further. Importance of sleep. Slow waves, presumed to be restorative, 3 and 4. Restorative. People deprived of REM become moody and depressed. That REM is important in clearing your mind, shall I say. Clearing your mind. People deprived of REM sleep may reverse learning process where superfluous information is purged from the brain. Things that are not important are purged from the brain. Unimportant things. Okay. Daily sleep requirements decline with age. See, a person that's young, real young, baby, sleep is when you grow. That's when growth hormone actually works the best. So in the time of being young, when you're growing and restoring and all this, but as you get older, you don't need as much as you start getting older. Not to say that you don't sleep, you just don't need as many hours. And stage 4 declines steadily. It may disappear after around age 60. You don't get much of this stage 4 sleep. Remember what the stage 4 sleep was, dominated by skeletal muscle arousal is difficult. Okay? So the whole thing is restorative. Restoring your glycogen levels, cleaning out your mind, shall we say, so you can start another day. That's why when you miss sleep, you're very cranky because you have not replenished everything and you haven't really cleared your mind of things that you should have cleared your mind of. And particularly if you miss the rapid eye movement sleep. Okay? So sleep is very important, as we've said in this particular video. Here again, awake, then REM sleep, skeletal muscles except ocular and diaphragm are actively inhibited. You have to inhibit that because you're kind of dreaming a little bit and you'd act out your dreams. That's what happens in sleepwalking. And so as you go through, in order not to act on what you are perceiving in your sleep, these skeletal muscles have to be inhibited. And then you go through these various stages where you start light sleep, the mind is idling, getting drowsy, and then you go further and further and further into it, deeper and deeper. And then you just keep cycling through. What do? You just keep cycling through these. Just keep cycling through. And that's how the sleep. So that's why this is. You just keep going and going until you wake up. Okay? So that essentially is what sleep is about. That is what sleep is about. All right? So our next subject is memory. And what we'll do, we'll start that with another video. Okay?